everybody? It's the Sports Chasers Podcast. Coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren, along with his fellow co-hosts, Dorian, the D.A. Albreton, James, the Angry One Warren, Mike Mills, Daryl D-Dub Warren, and Dan K, the Hockey Dude. This is a real sports podcast for real fans. This is a sports podcast with no hot takes, no narratives, just real, unadulterated sports talk. Please be advised that there may be some colorful and explicit language. The Sports Chasers are the defenders of the fans. Now, here's your host and moderator, Kevin L. Warren!
Yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? It's another Thursday night of the Sports Chasers Podcast. Welcome to everybody tuning in to the sound of my voice and also checking us out on our YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Hey, man, we got a lot to get into tonight. Excuse me. We're going to talk about the NBA. We got my man Ryan on. We'll get to him in a second. We got Dan, the hockey dude. Dan is rocking the Pirates jerseys, man. You know, shout out to the Pirates. We're also going to talk motorsports, NASCAR, and Formula One. We have a special guest coming on tonight. That's right. You heard it right here. We're going to talk motorsports and Formula One racing here for a little bit, waiting for our guests to come through. But till our guests come through, from my right to right to your left to right on your screen. D-Dub, what's up, brother? How are you today? What's going on, man?
What's up? Good to be back. I didn't get fired. I'm here. What's up?
Mind you, nobody said he got fired, but
been a couple weeks.
That's the first thing.
I'm tired, bro.
Oh, he got fired. Where is he?
Yeah.
Oh man. The aforementioned Dan rocking the Pirates jersey. What's up, brother? How are you tonight, bro? What's happening, man?
Doing good. The Uber has retired, so I'm back here for a while. So
back up and down the highway. Long way to go, short time to get there.
Yeah. 2,000 miles in less than a week. Yeah, so I'm glad to be home and resting. Good to see everybody.
Got you. Dan's gonna jump into the National Hockey League playoffs. A lot of things going on with the playoffs. The DA, what's up? What's going on, bro? How are you?
I'm good. Listen, everybody beware. I done fucked up and took my Ambien, and I was supposed to take something else. So y'all may not know what the fuck comes out my mouth tonight. If anything comes the fuck out my mouth tonight. Thank you.
We're gonna have to get you a pill box.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday.
Days of the week.
Yeah. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Ryan is our NBA guy, man. Ryan, what's good, my brother? How's it going, man?
What's good, fellas? What's good, Kev? What's good, everybody, man? Thank you again for having me. I'm excited. Playoffs, NBA playoffs is in full swing. WNBA starting soon. We had a draft lottery, so I'm excited to be here and kick some knowledge and get y'all feedback.
Where be?
Man, oh yeah, we talked about that. I actually text Ryan about that last night, and he'll get into a little bit about how San Antonio. It looks like they always get that.
Oh, I knew they were gonna get it. I told you, Kev. I'm like, I knew that he was going there, even though
because it's fixed.
Whatever. Of course, it is.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, thanks for having me, fellas. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we'll get into that a little bit, man. Our guest is not here, so Dan, we're gonna rock right on into hockey, and then we'll have the motorsports session on here. So Dan, take it away with the National Hockey League, sir, if you would.
And that's not fixed.
Not in the, did you watch the lottery for the draft?
Well, yes, that was fixed. Actually, the games are not.
That whole thing, I think it was just a pre-production or a production error, and them screwing it up. But no, we're down to the Final Four. We got Carolina and Florida tonight, Vegas and Dallas tomorrow night.
Oh yeah,
and it's a good time of year because this is when it starts ramping up. These Final Four teams get to that position where it's win 4, you're playing for the cup. so it gets a little more intense. They're warming up right now in Raleigh. Just got the game on here. They got about 30 minutes, looks like, before they drop the puck. But this should, like, out of the 2 series that are remaining, I think this one's probably going to be really, really good, just the way these teams play. Because, Florida took out Boston. They took out Toronto. Carolina took out the Islanders and that other New York team. So,
A little shade.
wait. That's the Rangers. Yeah, okay. It's been a while since I've seen them on TV.
Here he
But
go.
anyway, but this should be real interesting because, like, the young cat that they had playing goal for Florida, they brought in Bobrovsky mid round of Toronto. He's came in, stepped up, and he's played really well for them. And then you got Freddie Anderson for Carolina. So it'll be interesting to see, like, because these teams are very similar in the way that they play. They're both tenacious. They forecheck, they dump pucks, they get on your defense, they hit you, and it's going to be probably a mirror image of each other.
For most of it should be.
Yeah, like Alex Lyons, he played really good to get him down the stretch, to get him in the playoffs. Yeah, he played a lot of games. So, they did Bobrovsky, and he pretty much shut down there in the last couple of games of that series to get him to the next round.
Dan, you might adjust your sound. Your sound is going in and out for you, sir.
Okay, but it's for Carolina. They suffered a lot of injuries getting into the playoffs. They lost Svechnikov, they lost Pacioretty, but they got, from what I saw looking tonight, Teravainen's supposed to be back from the broken hand in the surgery, so that's a big boost to Carolina. That's another guy that can get in there and score them goals. Fast player, skilled player. So like I said, this is going to be a really good series. You got Chuck, Verhaeghe. It'll be interesting to see how this. I think this is going to be a really close series, and probably all the games will be very close. I don't think we'll see a lot of 5-1, 4-1 games. I think this will be down to the wire. Down to the wire. You may see a 2-goal box score, but it's going to be because of an empty net goal or something of that like. And then I missed the Dallas-Seattle Game 6 game because I was on the way driving back up to take my parents back up to Pennsylvania. But Dallas games got out of there Game 7 with a 2-1 victory. So, and then Edmonton, what are they doing? Like, Vegas, like, they're probably one of the better teams, or probably the best team remaining that's at 5-on-5 hockey, being able to score goals and take advantage of their skill. And I watched that. It was a Game 6 against Edmonton. And first of all, we gave a big shout out to ESPN for putting all the games on regular ESPN and not making you watch it on a stupid app and all that other bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But
there he goes again.
nah, man. Like, Batman, you got to fight for the league. You got to grow a stat.
True that.
And you got to fight. Okay. So here's what happened: the Sunday night game, baseball, right? Potential series clinching game. Do you think that they put that on at 8:00 so everybody across the United States can watch McDavid and Draisaitl and Eichel and those guys play the deciding game? No. They leave the fucking baseball game on, which, okay, that's fine. But at the end of the day, when it's 9-1 in the 8th inning and the game's supposed to be coming on and you don't switch to the hockey game and move that game to ESPN2 or ESPN News or ESPN whatever, that's a huge fail on their part. Like, that's the bad part, or the negative side for me, of ESPN getting hockey and getting, for the next several years, is if you watch any of their sports centers or anything else, there's minimal coverage of hockey, even in the playoffs. They just don't tout it like they do LeBron and the NBA and the baseball and the football. Like, they would probably more likely show college baseball or softball before they would show a hockey game.
Tag. What's that? That they got tag now.
But you know what I'm saying? So, and here's the bad part about
It's a
that.
real sport now.
So I ended up watching a game online, and I think probably it was about 5 minutes into the game when the baseball game ended, and they finally switched over to the hockey game. But guess what? They already missed 3 goals. At the time, it was 2-1, and it's like people tuning in. It's like, okay, what happened? What? It's already 2-1. What's going on? But and I saw where they also TNT has coverage, and I thank God Carolina's on TNT and not ESPN. So mostly all the Panther Hurricane games are going to be on TNT, and then Vegas and Dallas will be on ESPN. But they couldn't have switched that game to swap games. TNT took the Sunday night game with Edmonton and Vegas, and then they flipped around and showed the other game the next night.
Will flex an NFL game in the middle of the fucking game. So
yeah.
In the middle of the game. Now y'all go home. We're gonna bring these other 2 teams into play. Your game sucks. Middle of the game, just flex it.
But that just pissed me off. But this should be an excellent series too, because Vegas, like I said, they're probably one of the best teams 5-on-5 that are remaining. A little bit of a question mark in that because they've had some injuries, and Aiden Hill came in and played phenomenal for them there the last game and a half or whatever it was. But Dallas Ottinger, they gave him the helm there, and he's just been running with it. He's played very well. So, and you got Hiskinen, the defenseman, takes the puck to a face, gets 12 stitches, comes back and plays, logs 31 minutes the next game. He's a Norris Trophy type defenseman. He's that good. And they got some, Robertson is really good for them. They still got Ben and Sagan. And I'm trying to think was it Robinson maybe? Or I'm trying to think of the young kid that they got. He scored the goal there on the back end the other night that I saw in the highlights, and the 2-1 victory game, and it was nice. What the hell was his name? Wyatt Johnston. So I mean, both these series and these games are going to be very good. But I'm looking forward because got a little bit of a rooting interest in the Canes, so that's what I'm looking forward to, and I'm waiting. This game should be starting here any moment.
Yeah, any moment. But hey, Dan, what do you make out of this Florida run? Because they wasn't, they kind of looking like the Miami Heat in the NBA.
Well, I'll say this: like I think it was 2 years ago, they had one of the best teams in the NHL. I want to say they won the President's.
They won the President's
last year. Last year.
Was it last year? Right.
They had the best record. They had the best record last year. Mm-hmm.
And all they did, I mean, yes, they made a couple of minor tweaks on this year, but essentially it's pretty close to the same team that they had to begin with. And they got Huberdeau and Uyghur and a prospect got shipped to Calgary for Tkachuk. And, there's some guys in the league, and then we've talked about this before, like Marchand, hate him. Tkachuk, hate him. But I respect their game and I respect their skill because, they're that like rat player, always under your skin, doing stuff like, we talked about when Toronto was playing Florida. You got to have that desire and competitiveness to want to win. And even if Florida was down in a game and they were going to lose, that was the roughest 5 minutes for Toronto.
Yeah,
because every whistle they were getting a glove in the face, a little cross check back after a whistle. They were nasty to play against, and that's that's playoff hockey. That's the way you got to play. You play within the rules, but you try to aggravate the shit out of the other team to get him to take a penalty. So, Florida is essentially pretty much the same team, and I mean, no disrespect to Huberdeau, but Tkachuk is as good offensively, is putting the puck in the net and passing the puck to his teammates as Huberdeau. but he also brings that grit, and he goes to the greasy areas. You know, like I saw a graphic, where Florida scores a lot of their goals. It's right in front of the goal, like probably a semicircle, like the blue crease, but bring that out about 4 feet all from the goal line out. Most of their goals, that's where they're from, and because they will go to the dirty areas to get the puck. But that's to me, it's like, is it
So
a
it's
little
one who's willing to go to the dirty areas to get the fuck up out of there,
well,
right? You
like
got to root it out of there if it's in there.
well, we talked about it when they were playing Toronto.
Yeah.
You saw Nylander come down the boards, and instead of like skating harder and leaning into the guy to try to get to the net, what did he do? He knew he was going to get hit, dumped the puck in the corner, put the brakes on, and let somebody else go get it on his team. You know,
You didn't want that click clack.
yeah. So I mean, it's why it's the hardest trophy to win. It's because it's not just an individual. It's no offense, Ryan. It's not basketball where you can spread the floor.
I get you. I understand.
The hockey guy jabs at the NBA guy. Yes.
No.
No, they're just different sports.
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm just messing.
you can't put like McDavid and Draisaitl on the left side of the ice and put the other three guys on the other side of the ice, and the other team has to go stand by them, and those two can play a 2-man game.
Can't play a zone. Can't zone up.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
So it's truly a team game. They got the same amount of people on the court or the ice, but the way the game is played is completely different. So, it's just one of those things where it's truly a team game, and like Florida is proving that they have the grit and the will and the competitiveness to put it on the line, to go to the dirty areas, to do what they need to do to get there. So, like I said, I really think this Carolina Panther series is going to be a really good series, just because, but that's the way both of these teams play.
So, what you got in the West?
Well, you got Dallas and Vegas. I kind of like Vegas in this one. Just
let me pause right there. And I think I asked you this question yesterday, but we'll give it to the folks on air. How does Vegas keep on tricking the as D Double says, the syllabus to expansion teams coming in and not being horrible, but Vegas, how long they been in existence? 3-4 years now?
Two, three.
It's like 4 maybe.
4 years, and they are not cooperating with the syllabus of sucking as an expansion team, where they have been to the Cup Finals once, right? And they've been at the playoffs every year of their short existence.
NHL got it right. I don't know what they're doing, but
yeah. So
well, I told y'all that. I don't know what they do, but
they figure out how to get these teams to be competitive, at least compete, not just dormant. Go ahead, Dan. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No, I apologize. It's the way that they do their expansion draft. Like, you can only protect so many forwards, you can only protect so many defensemen, and that I think there's like how many like years of service type thing, where if you're so you don't lose your new and upcoming young guys, you can't like a second year like Wyatt Johnston like if they hadn't expanded, I think he would get the pass because he's only first year in the league. But the way they do it is you got to have 21 players, on the bench for a full team. So you can't protect everybody, and some are off limits that you can't even pick. But when Vegas did their draft, they took and they made a lot of side deals too, as far as because I know like the Penguins were afraid of losing a forward or whatever. So they kind of said, hey, if you take Fleury, we'll throw in a second round pick. So they, spiced up, the pick by saying, you take him, you'll get this extra pick or whatever. And Vegas did a really good job of forming a good competitive team right out the gate. And I think that's kind of what's different, about some of these other expansion teams is, think about it this, like in baseball, if you had the opportunity to, draft an expansion team from every team in baseball, and it was set up similar, I think depending on your GM and how he wanted to go about it, whether, you want to pick proven players to win now or get a mix and use those picks to build your team over the next couple of years. I mean, I think, you'd be able to do something similar, but for the most part, that's the expansion drafts aren't, and other sports aren't really like that. And we really haven't had expansion in the other sports for a while.
Yeah.
True.
But
Although it's coming. It's coming, though. It's coming. Yeah.
But
Expansion is coming.
It'll be an interesting thing how this West Conference goes and how bad they get screwed over by ESPN. Because that's my thing is I don't want the Canes on the ESPN this round, so that like when the game's supposed to be on, it's going to be on. It's going to be on the channel they say it's going to be on. But
Does it? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Does it have something to do with because you said the games were on ESPN and TNT, right?
Mm-hmm.
So was the NBA playoffs. It's either ESPN or TNT, and I know TNT has the East Coast games, and ESPN has the West Coast games. Does that factor in with the scheduling? I'm pretty sure it does.
Well, I'm sure that's part of
Yeah,
it too.
yeah,
Right?
that's
Like,
probably one of the reasons. Yeah,
yeah, it's kind of like when you watch, before Sunday ticket and all that bullshit with football.
right.
Like the Steelers always played on CBS, but the
Yeah,
Eagles always play on Fox
yeah,
or whatever. So it's kind of like that. I think that's part of the deal where that company or that channel, or broadcasting channel, that's
yeah.
We
you know,
might we might be getting off the beaten path a little bit, but I read, I don't know if you other guys read this about the where football now, the NFL, it pretty much the networks are picking which games that they're picking. It's kind of a la carte. So it's not. It doesn't even matter now that the AFC will be with CBS and the NFC will be with Fox. So yeah, because you noticed it last year a little bit, but now I think the start of this year it doesn't even matter. So
Yeah.
so it's very interesting to say. Needless to say.
Yeah.
Anything else, Dan? For
Oh, well, just
yeah,
briefly touch on. So I think it was yesterday or the day before, Arizona had their referendum vote on the
yes.
Tempe area where Phoenix Coyotes wanted to build a new arena and hotels, restaurants, and all that good stuff. Well, I don't know, like what the like. I saw where it said something like all three things got shot down. So as of now, from what I've read, Arizona is going to stay playing at the Mullet Arena, the home of Arizona State University.
Is it really called a mullet?
Yeah.
The Mullet Arena.
Yeah.
They wear the mullet there.
It's.
Wow.
I think it's somebody like it's their last name.
Oh,
That has
I
to.
thought it was that.
That has to do with ASU hockey.
Hey, it sounds better. Let's just say it's a guy with a
Because
mullet.
I know the hockey guy on ESPN wears the mullet. They always used to call him like the mullet. I forgot his name. Yeah.
Barry Melrose.
There you go. Yeah, Barry Melrose,
Barry's not
right?
letting that go.
And
Nah, man, Barry rocking it.
The pimp, Barry Melrose.
yeah, Dan has a picture of him with a mullet back in the day.
Oh yeah,
That with Dan, yes.
nice.
But that's going to be interesting to see. Like, so I guess as of now they're going to be playing at Arizona State University in Mullet Arena next year, and
Mullets.
it's probably going to be either they relocate them somewhere else, or I did see today where they were talking about the owner of the Suns. Is it a BA or something like that that owns the Suns, possibly bringing them to downtown Phoenix.
Well, they
Oh,
used
the new owner for the Suns. Yeah.
didn't they used to play in Phoenix? Didn't they used to play at what USA Arena or whatever they call it now?
Yeah.
When they,
Yeah,
yeah,
you know it, man.
Is it Matt Ishbia? I think
Yeah.
Yeah, we
But-
gotta wait and see how good of an owner he is. I know he's rich. I don't know how the hell he got rich.
But that's a possibility, for them staying in Arizona. And I know we all, if you've watched any episode that we talk about them, Mr. Bettman wants them to stay there and is going to do whatever he can to make it sure it happens.
why does he wants to make them stay there instead of going somewhere where they have the support of the community and
Well,
West Coast Dallas.
it's not
They get
necessarily
support.
that they don't have the support of the community. They had a good fan base when they were in town. When they decided to move
Out of town.
they lost. It's like a
Okay.
45-hour commute both ways. They lost a lot of their season ticket holders probably in that regard. But I mean,
45 hours.
they do have a good fan base, and I'm more concerned that they're doing the Pirates approach, where they just spend the minimal, and they pick up good players, and they go there to die, because they're just not competitive.
right.
And I saw a thing, Clayton Keller, their top scorer, something about his dad saying that he will not be there because it was after the vote got shot down.
Come on out here in New York. We'll take it.
That he's not going to return to Arizona. And I'm like,
All right, we'll take it here.
I'm like, that's bullshit because he just signed an extension and he's got 6 more years at like $7.5 million.
Okay,
Unless they're going to work out a trade of some sort. But there's gonna be probably a waterfall effect of this, like as far as them being able to sign free agents.
Can I interest you in the old cane?
Yeah, because that's you're going to play one more year at the Mullet Arena, 5,000 seats, if that, and then after that you don't know where you're going to be playing. So to try to lure good players that are free agents to go there, not knowing where you're going to be in a year, because the word
used.
The word that I've been reading about is Houston is a possibility to relocate.
In Kansas City.
Kansas City, and the other one was in the probably the top 3 would be Salt Lake City.
Kansas City, you're getting it right.
Yeah, and I saw that they had Atlanta on the.
No.
I'm like, no.
Atlanta does not deserve another hockey team. Nope. Sorry. Next.
Yeah,
Sorry, they had 2. Get out of here. Nope.
They've already proved that they're pretty good at running a team into the ground and having them relocated in a short period of time. And hey, maybe that's the way Phoenix gets relocated. They get relocated to Atlanta until they find out where they really can go, and then get moved again. But I saw too. It was Quebec City.
That's my favorite because I love the logo. The logo was dope when it was in Quebec.
Quebec is a possibility. Halifax, and I want to say Hamilton was the other Canadian city. But as we like to give Gary a hard time, will he move a United States team to Canada? Because everybody in Canada, because everybody thinks Gary Bettman is anti-Canadian as far as that's why Toronto lost. Just ask any of them. They called that goal back.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah.
And he moved a couple teams out of. He moved a team out of Quebec, and so it's they got some time because they got at least one more year at Mullet Arena.
Mullet Arena,
and then we'll see where that goes.
The business up front, party in the back.
But besides some coaches getting canned and nobody's really replaced anybody that's been let go, like Gerard Gallant from the Rangers. He hasn't, as far as I can tell, he hasn't signed anywhere else, and Rangers haven't hired anybody.
Right.
So we'll see. a lot of this is predicated on when the playoffs get over. Once they're done playing, then they go back. Yeah, they go back and evaluate.
In your opinion, Dan, why did the Rangers and um, Gallant, why did they part ways? Why did they?
With Gallant,
Yeah,
I'm
what's your
pretty,
opinion?
I'm pretty sure that from what I was reading, they had as any team does, had exit interviews, and I I think the fact that the team that they had and the caliber of players that they had, for them to fall short like they
The
did,
player said it was him.
and the players play, but the coach does have an impact on how they play or the way they play or what they do to combat something that the other team is doing.
Making adjustments.
Yes.
Sounds like Doc Rivers. Oops, I'm sorry. Ryan's next. Go ahead.
But that's I think he kind of got thrown under the bus,
Oh yeah, for sure.
by the players, and part of it too was the fact that they didn't get past the Devils.
True.
Yep, 6 miles away. They play for one another. So yes, that's a big deal in the metropolitan tri-state area. Absolutely. So Dan, anything else before we go on?
That's pretty much it. I'm just peeking over to TV. It's about puck drop, so
That it is.
we're good to go.
That it is. He's Dan. He's our hockey dude. Dan, everything with the NHL and hockey. Dan brings the heat every week. Well, he's been with us 3 weeks, so he's good. And he brings the heat when it comes to hockey. Thank you, Dan. We appreciate that, man. Up next, we got the NBA. The NBA, our NBA contributor, my main man, Ryan Souza. Ryan has
Yes, sir.
a lot to talk about.
A lot to talk about, fellas.
To the NBA. The NBA playoffs are here. They're in the conference finals. Ryan, take it away, sir.
All right, so we just like hockey, we have the Final Four. We have the Final Four in the NBA. We have Boston versus the Heat. That's the number 2 seed versus the number 8 seed. Yep. Then we have in the West, we have Denver, the number 1 seed, versus the number, I want to say, 7 seed Lakers. So two playing teams are in the Final Four, but they're not really your typical playing teams. Let's be honest. The Heat were the number 1 seed last year.
Yes.
And the Lakers are the Lakers with AD and LeBron. So this is not your typical playing seed or 7th and 8th seed. So it's not that miraculous that that they're where they are. But
maybe don't need to be no playoffs playing.
Right. So, but so getting to the Final Four spots, we had Boston and Philly in a Game 7. Where it was nip and tuck like the first for the first quarter or whatever, and then Boston just outdueled, basically just he beat the hell out of the 76ers. And what's shocking to me, for as good as James Harden was, and I'm a big James Harden fan, but what's shocking to me with that is Game 1 he was amazing. Had a 45 points, game winner without Embiid. Game 4, he was amazing. He had the 42 points. But this is a telling stat. And I can't believe it when I heard it. Like games 5, 6, and 7, he didn't have 1 field goal in the fourth quarter. Games 5, 6, and 7, not 1 field goal in the fourth quarter. And that just can't happen. That just can't happen.
That wasn't because he didn't want one.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because they was playing defense. It was just because he didn't take one.
No, for whatever reason, he wasn't aggressive. And it just so happens is that Doc lost his job because of it. There were some rumblings that Doc and Harden, even though their relationship was okay, Harden wanted to be have more freedom to do more things is what they're saying. Well, at least what he's saying. So you can't fire the team. So
Coach.
the coach, and
What was it that he wasn't doing? Like, what is, like, okay, we had a problem with wearing a blue plastic bag to the game. We had a problem with that, right? This fashion thing we got a little issue with. But on the court, he got the dribble between his legs 8 times.
Right.
And Jays. If they went in, they went in. And if they didn't, they didn't.
Well, that was,
you hear about kids complaining about not having shit. They're like, okay, so as you drive up with your BM, 16-year-old guy, what is it that you don't have? Like with that, I'm watching the games too. Like, what exactly was it that he didn't get to do? Like, what did Doc make him do that he didn't want to do?
Well, for instance, Embiid's the number one option, and Embiid did not play well in the series.
Nope.
As far as need an MVP caliber series,
MVP?
he did not deliver like he was supposed to deliver.
We got also throw that on his injury, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but you're out there, brother. You know what I'm saying? You out there. You know what I'm saying? He's hurt, but everybody's hurt. You know what I'm saying? So
at this time of year, yep.
Everybody's hurt. If he's gonna be a liability, then don't play.
Yeah, but he wasn't a liability. That shit.
I don't think he's a liability. I just don't think he played up to. Which I think he played well. I mean, he averaged 20 points a game.
Well, right.
He didn't play up to what people thought the MVP.
And that's what I'm saying, because for as bad as Harden was in the games that they lost, Harden basically won 2 of those games by himself.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So Embiid never had no 40-point game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I do. The one part of that I do see, Ryan, and I agree with you, is that the games where Harden didn't score,
right?
He didn't do anything else either. He didn't assist. He ain't do shit.
So
for Embiid to live as a center,
except for Game 5,
he has to get the ball from somebody. He don't bring it up. Like, he's not like Joker. He doesn't bring it up like Joker.
Right. Correct.
But he wasn't even getting it in those other games because Harden wasn't even assisting.
No, he didn't get it in Game 6 in the last 5 minutes. But if you watch the game, as a big man, if you want the ball, you call for the ball. You seal your guy. They were loading up on Embiid. They were loading up on him, but he wasn't going for the ball. He wasn't demanding the ball.
He wasn't getting to his spot. Okay,
exactly.
That's first of all. Let's just say he didn't get to his spot. It wasn't called for the ball. And that's what it was. Go ahead.
They're pushing him out damn near to the high post. He's settling for threes. He did not go and get it. He did not go and get it in that Game 6. Now, mind you, Harden played the same way in Game 5, where he wasn't really shooting that much. After the Game 4, when he had the 42 points and hit that corner 3, and in Game 5, remember, Philly damn near blew him out in Boston. And Harden was playing the same way. The only difference was when Harden was passing, they hit all the shots. Embiid had 30, Maxey had 30. So it's, I hate to say it's a cliche, but it's a make or miss league. If people are hitting shots and it looks like he was doing something.
You said it right. Yeah. They got Doc Rivers to fuck up out of here. That's what they needed to happen. And they got to start over. They need to blow the whole team up.
Right, because think about it, man. I mean, it doesn't look good when Doc is 0-11 in Game 7s or 1-11 in Game 7.
Listen, Ryan, I heard that the other day. I was blown away. So, which leads me
in LA. Go ahead.
Yeah,
which leads me to believe, right? And I'm not trying to take nothing away from him with that championship in Boston,
right?
But what does it say, though? What does it say? I know the players play, but as Dan alluded to in the hockey segment about the adjustments and stuff, and I heard a lot of that. Even who's my man? Rashid. Rashid saw something on TikTok this week when Rashid was saying
he didn't make that.
thing about adjustments. He's like, yo, Glenn don't be doing those adjustments.
He's stubborn. He's a stubborn coach at times. He's a stubborn coach. He's a player's coach. But it's
That
just
gets you
hard.
fired sometimes.
And that gets you. Yeah, I mean, it's happening to the young coach in Boston, Joe Mazzulla. Like, this dude refuses to call timeout. Refuses.
He's
What
like
is
Budenholzer. Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but he's like Budenholzer.
you can't
You
save
can't
him.
take him home. You can't
Right.
save him.
Like,
for next
and
year.
then his whole thing about saving his timeouts is to have two in the closing minutes of the game. But against the team against Philly in game 5, he didn't even use his timeouts.
I guess he thought it rollover. I don't know.
Right.
Man.
When they didn't get a shot off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, I can understand, you trust your team, but last night, how do the Heat in the third quarter score 46 points in the third quarter and you don't call one timeout?
Nothing.
Not one timeout? That's egregious to me. You can't.
Smoking weed.
Sounds like you want to go make it go game 7. But go
Right,
ahead.
but listen to this. But then when the Heat had the lead, I think it was a 12-point lead last night, going into the fourth, what happened? Boston scored like 5 straight points. Timeout by Spo, right?
Mm-hmm.
They scored again, and we're on a 7. They scored 7 straight points. Timeout again, like back to back.
Yeah.
You gotta stop the momentum. You just can't let it. You can't score. A team can't score 46 points on you, and you don't use a timeout not one time.
You don't do anything.
It's like you're there for a reason.
That's insane.
That's
insane. What happened?
Yeah, it's I understand. You want to trust your team and let them play out of it. That's that whole Phil Jackson thing too. He always said Phil never called timeouts and things of that nature. He'll let the team figure it out on the court. Exactly. Correct. But when you
giving up 40-something points in the third quarter,
right?
There's something that says, hey, you got to call a timeout. We got to weather the storm.
That's a defensive issue.
I don't believe
that too.
They need to blow up Philly.
Go ahead, D.
I think something's going to happen because the coaching style, depending on who the coach is, that's going to tell you where the direction is going. So if Daryl Morey does some stupid D'Antonio stuff, then I'm telling you that Embiid is leaving. I'm guaranteeing.
I'm going to tell you he's going to leave regardless because there's nothing on the team but Embiid and Maxey. This guy Harden doesn't want to be there. So what else you got up there?
I think that's a lot. I think Harden wants to be there.
I think he's going to stay.
His boy is there.
Morey's there.
So his boy, so he's going to stay there.
We got boys too, but if the money is cheaper, if the money is good and the tax free in Houston, I don't care about Morey being here.
Morey gonna pay him, and he gonna supplement that tax free money in Houston.
Okay,
he's gonna make sure he's right. He's gonna give him years that Houston ain't gonna give him.
Yeah.
Unless
wait a minute, D. Wait a minute. Since when you trust the management to take care of your boy? Are you serious?
He's not my boy, and I just know that he took care of him in Houston.
Oh, okay.
When he didn't need to be taken care of.
That was a young James Harden. That was young James Harden. Not this guy.
He was balling
exactly.
Yeah. He still, at the end of the day, he still fell to the wayside come playoff time in Houston. Right? I mean, this is truth. These are facts. And as soon as this guy got to Philly, he figured out a way to finagle his way to get his man from the Nets back to Philly, to him. Dude, and they re-signed some money since then.
Well,
I'm telling you, he's going to look out for him.
I'll give Harden credit on this. Harden took like $15 million less to sign
this year.
To sign this year so they can go and sign PJ Tucker and get some other players in there.
I'm sure he regret that.
Right. So
kept Thibault, and PJ Tucker would.
He should have kept the money in his pocket because he ain't get nowhere.
Right. But
I think if they kept Thibault, they probably would have won. So
but at the time, Thibault was struggling, bro. He was
Yeah,
Not on
struggling.
defense. He was never
Yes,
on defense.
even on defense, he was struggling. His offense was dictating his defense, and you can tell
Well,
he
see, that
couldn't
was
make a
weird
shot.
because
Yeah,
he was a defensive guy, and no one cared about his offense. If he
right,
made a shot here and there, it was fine.
right.
But
But to Dan point in the correlation with hockey, see, like you can leave Thibault, you can leave PJ Tucker,
he
right?
can't shoot,
And
bro.
and adjust. You can't shoot. So what happens is when you're in the game and people leave you wide open
And they know they
you
can.
and you can't knock it down, it's just gonna zap your energy, bro. It's gonna zap everything in you. So
how about you go dunk on them if they leave you alone?
I mean that's
That's
easier said than done. I
and
mean
that's
I
not
mean
his, he ain't gonna do it.
right. I
No,
mean
he
He
used
ain't
to
gonna
do
do
it.
it.
He
He ain't
used
gonna
to
do
do
it.
it, but that's
D.
what Thibault used to do. Thibault
no
used to dunk on you. And
no
remember,
no
this guy's only 26, 27 years old.
yeah, but
He's not
Thibault
old.
yeah, Thibault can finish on a fast break, but Thibault can't get the ball from the 3-point line, dribble to the basket, and,
And
and,
get
and dunk
past
on you.
you.
That's just not his game.
But if you're not guarding him, it's only 2 dribbles. He's
He
6'8".
can't.
Yeah,
I mean,
I hear you, but
there's a
is he gonna actually do it? No.
if
Why
it's that
wouldn't he
easy,
do it?
if it's
Dog,
that
he
easy,
ain't doing it.
everybody who's
That's
if
not
it's
him.
that
I mean,
if it's
he
that
can, but that's not him.
no, it yeah, you can do it in the gym when nobody's guarding you,
I don't
and
believe.
I
I don't
mean,
believe in him.
no, I mean Thibault was playing like playing
I
playing
did.
playing terrible,
I like him. I like Murray
He
but
Stein.
like I like.
Shit, I don't know what y'all saw. I thought his numbers to
I
me
like him.
were the same. He's a defensive player. He came in, he shut your guy down, and he sit
no,
back down. He's a 3
no,
pointer here and there.
yeah,
Shut your
but
guy down and then sit down.
no,
Bam.
but
Period.
he's supposed to be a 3 and D player. So those guys like that, if you're not knocking down that shot,
Yeah.
it's gonna clog
Why
clog
can't
the
you be
paint.
a 2 and 3 D player? As long as you're a D player, I'll take you.
Yeah, but his offense was so bad that it didn't warrant his defense being played.
Y'all gonna
Yeah,
watch
so
that. Y'all gonna see.
yeah. but I
Y'all gonna see.
but getting back to Harden, I think Harden stays now. That Doc is gone. I think he's gonna stay with Embiid, with Morey, because he came out and said that he wanted freedom, whatever that means, freedom to play ball, and so he's gonna get the money. He's gonna get the extension because at this point,
Look, man,
Philly has to.
We'll give up money making Mitch, Quigley, and Randall to the Sixers for Embiid. tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Do you think a lot of, I guess, Harden's play in this last couple of games and the issues with Doc, or that he knew that Embiid wasn't playing up to his standard, and he didn't have the green light to like take over the game, where you said they're
Well, because Maxey's too.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying, and like, the old Harden, in Houston, if the other guy wasn't going, you always had to go, all right, we'll spread the floor, get him over here, we're going to get him started, and then that brings the D off of Embiid to where they can dump the ball into him on the low post, where he's not getting harassed by 2 guys all the time.
Right, but Harden doesn't have that kind of explosion anymore. And what I mean by explosion, I don't mean athleticism. I mean that first step. When Harden was like top notch, it's that first step that Harden would get to the basket and finish. He didn't finish anymore. He rarely gets to the free throw line like he used to. So they're not so they'll live with Harden shooting the jumper. And that's what happened. In games 1 and in games 4, he was hitting his threes. So he was hitting his jumpers. Right. No, I agree. But that's where Doc comes in and making adjustments.
That's what I think his frustration was.
Exactly.
That didn't happen.
Exactly. Doc didn't make any adjustments. Okay, if you know that they're basically zoning up on Embiid, as a coach, you gotta know how to get them out of there. To do, you gotta do something. You just can't keep doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, I think he lost his job in Game 6 when they fell flat. They fell flat. They came back and took a 5-point lead and they blew it.
Yeah,
and
you knew it was over. You knew it when they lost that Game 6.
Oh yeah.
You
You knew it. And then the way they lost Game 7,
at home.
because
Yes.
because remember now, they were up by like 8 points. Philly was up by 8 points, and then they were getting ready to go up by 10, and Harden lost the ball, and it was like a flagrant foul on Jaylen Brown, and that turned the whole. So they went from being up 8 to like down 20 in like 7 minutes. It was crazy, and then so it's also the way you lose too, guys. Like you can tell that they quit in
Yeah.
that in that fourth quarter. They quit.
Yep.
Harden quit, Embiid quit. You can tell they quit. Their whole body language changed. It changed.
Yeah, I wouldn't know because I turned it
And
off.
right. And that's why I
Be
gotta
quick.
give and that's why I gotta give the Miami Heat a lot of credit. A lot of credit because
They don't quit.
they were down in games to Milwaukee in games 4 and 5 by like 15 points, came back and won. They were down to the Knicks in game 6, came back and won.
Fights.
So no, you're absolutely right. And and I hear a lot of stuff, every time it seems like the Heat win, it's always, well, the other team didn't take them seriously, or I'm like, okay,
No. We
Styles
can't be
make
saying
fight.
that. We
No,
cannot be
no,
saying that.
I agree. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I agree
I'm
with
just
you.
saying the Miami Heat is legit. Now, I mean,
Legit, bro.
you don't get here to this part, the
Legit.
Final Four, and and say, hey, we they lucky and all this other stuff. No,
Right.
Miami is legit. So let's
Absolutely.
stop playing.
Exactly. And yeah.
No, I was gonna say, so the load management paid off, is what you're saying.
Yeah, the mediocre sleep. They slept walk through the season. I mean,
Well, hold
they
up. Well,
totally slept walk through the season.
they had a lot of injuries.
Okay, I'll
They had
give
a
you
lot.
that.
They had a lot of injuries. They I think they were the team that had the most missed time by their starters.
This is true.
Cal Lowry was out. Jimmy missed some time. Bam missed time. Hero was out for a lot
But
of yeah. So
they're definitely not the team that they was regular
no,
season. They
Let me,
just
let me point out they was
Totally.
29th or 30th in scoring in the league in the
correct,
season, which
correct.
is crazy to think about. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So so getting back, getting back to the to the Heat, where like I said, remember guys too, they're not your typical 8 seed when healthy, right?
Mhm.
The Miami Heat in the last 3 out of 4 seasons have been to the Eastern Conference Finals, guys. 3 of the last 4. So I know everybody don't want to hear about the Heat culture and things of that nature, but to beat Milwaukee the way they did, all right. And I know Giannis got hurt in game 1.
But he
All
came
right.
back. He came
But
back,
he
right?
came back. The only game that Milwaukee won was the game where Giannis didn't play.
Mhm.
That's the only game they won.
And that was what,
Game
game
2.
2?
That was game 2.
Game
And
2.
right, that was game 2. And not only that, to lose Tyler Hero, your second best scorer, okay? When you already struggle on offense, like you said, Kev, they were like 29 out of 30. When you already struggle on offense, what's happening in Miami is they're empowering their players, bro. Their players have supreme confidence. Everybody that plays heavy minutes in Miami can either pass, dribble, or shoot. So nobody's a liability out there. Even
And
their
them boy-
bigs.
And them
Even
boys
their
been shooting.
bigs.
Them
And
boys been
they've been
shooting.
shooting. They've
No.
been and
I just
and they
think that
Go ahead.
yeah.
the Miami team knows. First off, they blew that game in
in the
play-in. So
against
they-
Atlanta, right? So
Yeah,
they wouldn't have to play Boston yet.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
They knew.
They'd rather play Milwaukee.
Yeah, they knew they could beat Milwaukee. They knew.
Absolutely. They had the blueprint.
Bigs against smalls, and they knew they could get those guys. Period.
Mhm.
And they did. Even
Right.
with Giannis there, they would betting their money that they could have did it against that squad.
Yeah.
Right.
Period.
And
So
and
that's part one.
absolutely.
Part two is, they got guys on the team that can play. They're all pros.
Correct.
You got Lowry. You have a deep team. They play a bunch of dudes all year because there are injuries.
It's a good point.
Like I said, I'm not going to really, I'm not going to harp on the injury thing because you said if Embiid's out there,
You there? You there?
Everybody's active.
Yeah,
So
correct.
those guys are out there playing. They're doing what they do, and they have guys that are making shots at pivotal times of the game.
Right.
When other teams seem to be melting down,
Mm-hmm.
what they do have is a calming force with a lot of other teams
Right.
don't have, and that seems to me
Jimmy
to
Butler.
be the only difference is
Mhm.
that guy that you pass the ball to and he stops. No, he literally stops and holds the ball on his hip and looks around, calls a number out, and then says, let's go. And then you run the play. Right? And no one else seems to have that guy. You give it to James Harden, he's dribbling between his legs, right? You give it to this guy, Julius Randle, you're getting this, you're getting that. You give it to Brunson, this is what you're getting. You know, you got to have a guy that stops the whole show.
All right. And no,
Jimmy
that's
Butler's the last guy in the playoffs on this side of the bracket that'll do that.
We didn't even get to the side. Go ahead.
Well, getting back to Jimmy. Jimmy just plays. He plays at so many different speeds, right? He's not just fast or he's not just slow. He's very crafty. Jimmy always gets to his spot, no matter what. He's getting to his spot, right? So.
Oh, hold on, Ryan. Let me
Mhm.
get to this. Debunk this one. I heard something this morning. Yo, Jimmy Butler is like MJ or Coach. I was like, stop.
No.
Jimmy
No.
Butler is Jimmy Butler. Please, leave the guy alone.
No, but
Jimmy freaking Butler.
I know. Everybody gets into the whole,
I don't care what he looks.
But he plays.
He's
like
Jimmy Butler.
He plays like them, though, man. Because that's what Mike would do. You would give the ball to Mike, and he'd stop, no matter what run anybody was on,
and gets to his spots.
And he would stop, like, "Hey, everybody, relax. We're gonna run this play that we always score on."
It's a good point.
Let's go.
It's a good point. And
a lot of these teams, that's why runs either go too far or don't go far enough.
Right. And
that comes with coaching too. Right.
And I'm glad you mentioned coaching, D-Dub, is because
go ahead.
What Spoelstra did is when he brought Lowry back, he brought him off the bench, right? So now you have everybody buying in to their roles. All right. So now you're gonna start Gabe Vincent, who's an undrafted guy. Okay. You would think that a champion like Kyle Lowry would say, "Oh, I should be starting," but no, he falls back, and Kyle Lowry has been phenomenal in these playoffs off the bench. With that second, that's coaching, bro. That is coaching.
And he's the second unit dude that will grab the ball, put it on his hip, and
stop.
Everyone to chill.
There you go.
That's kudos to veteran leadership because that's all that is.
And also too, man, what I think is so impressive about this run from the Heat is, what the Knicks did to Cleveland. I'm still shocked, right? What the Knicks did to Cleveland. No, I'm shocked about that. Because they basically Cleveland's supposed to be a big team and
they didn't play like it.
No, I mean because say what people want about the Knicks. The Knicks are good, bro. They're good. They're a good
team. As soon as they get rid of Julius Randle, they're gonna be even better.
But
they're good. They're just not a great team. They're good.
They're good. And for the Heat to handle them the way they did, that, you know what I'm saying? I got to give a lot of respect to Miami to knocking off the Knicks, because the Knicks are really good. It's not like, oh, it's the Knicks, so they won. No, the Knicks are really good, man. And the Knicks have a bright future.
For sure.
I mean, Brunson is just amazing. Brunson played his heart out. Like, I was like rooting for the dude. I'm like, man. I mean,
he had a great season.
Oh my God, just amazing.
If you watch the games,
the
reason why the Knicks could beat Cleveland is because Brunson, more than Cleveland did, would stop the ball and say, "Hey guys, relax." Not a lot, but more than because they're younger, right? So the Cleveland team, we're going. Spider Mitchell get it, Garland get it. We're going. We're more athletic. We can do this. We can do that. We can do that. We're gonna do it. doesn't work out. So it always goes to the next level. So now the Knicks, they do it a little bit, but they don't do it as much as Jimmy Butler and those guys. They're like, whoa, slow down.
Right, because in the playoffs, when the game does slow down and everybody knows your sets, everybody knows what you're running. You know what I'm saying? It's no secret anymore. You have to have that person who's great in the isolation game, like you said, and say, "Hey, stop, give me the ball and let me make a play." And that's what Brunson did. Now the next evolution for Brunson, in my opinion, is when he does that, when he breaks people down. Now let's get everybody. Let's get your assist numbers up and get everybody involved. Every time
he got to have shooters to do that. So they got to redo their lineup.
Well, I mean, right? No,
on the floor with them because they don't have shooters on the floor.
Right. And the only problem I had with the Knicks against the Heat was why do you have Obi Toppin like he's a 3-point specialist? One game he had 11 threes, bro. 11 threes.
He's shooting any 3-pointers, Ryan. He's
like
not
for what?
I don't know.
That was Thibodeau, right?
Coaching.
Being
the man is
very old schoolish rather than going small, right? So when you have Julius Randle on Bam, right? You make Kevin Love have to guard Obi Toppin. And then you just, Grimes, RJ, Brunson, Hart, whatever combination you got at the top versus their 3 guards, 2 guards, and the forward is what you got.
Right.
But keeping Mitch in the game just made it easy for Adebayo, right?
Right.
Mitch can't move with him. That cat's 6'9". So
right.
You can't move with him, right? So that you can't do, and you put yourself in a deficit as far as your matchups. NBA basketball is all about matchups and exploiting matchups. So if you look on the West, what happened? The Lakers exploited the fact that they got rid of Wiseman, right? So Golden State
no size, and I
of size.
Still can't believe they got rid of Wiseman. They
didn't get anybody else. Because they thought that their small ball was going to make you come down to play small ball. But if you got a stubborn team that's like, you know what? We're still not coming down to play small ball. We'll just get bigger.
Right. But
what you gonna do?
Right. But my thing with Golden State is you traded Wiseman, okay, who has size, right? You traded him and didn't get anything back. You got back Gary Payton Jr., who you already had.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. Like,
you already had him again.
You already had him. Yeah. So you invested a number 2 pick when you could have had LaMelo. I always say they should have picked LaMelo. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it just didn't make any sense for you. And that's why the GM for Golden State he's leaving. Yeah. He's like they didn't give him an extension. Steve Kerr came out there and was like, yeah, this team is not a championship contender. I mean, I don't know how you say that when you still got Curry, Draymond, and Clay. That I mean, they're probably looking at you funny. You know what I'm saying? Look, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that's their dynasty. But it was flagrant for them to get rid of Wiseman, and you didn't coach Wiseman up. I mean,
exactly.
Even if he's there just to set screens and rebound and catching the high post and do something, he doesn't have to shoot the ball. I say this all the time, like with Bam. I'm like, look, when Bam catches the ball in the high post, he doesn't have to shoot it all the time, but turn and face and let them know that you can be a threat. Be a threat. And that's what the Heat are doing. The Heat, everybody who touches the floor for the Miami Heat is a threat. So now they're hard to guard. So yeah, so and back to your point with the Lakers, they use their size against Golden State. But now they're in a quandary because now they can't use their size because now you're going up against Joker.
What they're going to do tonight is they're going to keep Aaron Gordon away from the basket, or they're going to make sure that Aaron Gordon has to know that what's the boy's name? AD has to switch out on Michael Porter Jr.,
That is correct, D. Yep.
which makes him have to stay away from the basket,
Mhm.
which leave Hachimura in the post with the Joker.
And I think they
Which
were saying they might start Rui tonight.
Yeah, they can start him. But the reason Rui worked is because AD was roving,
Yeah,
coming
right.
And he didn't have to match up with homeboy.
right.
Yep.
So, but if you take Michael Porter Jr. out there, who
Mhm.
shoots threes at a good level, and you run him out there,
Right.
then you make it a situation where AD has to guard Michael Porter Jr. and not, have to guard Aaron Gordon, who's not a jump shot shooter, more of a slasher banger. But at the same time, Aaron Gordon still has to make a few mid-range jumpers to keep LeBron out the paint. Like, you can't have them have feet in the paint,
Right.
right? Because if they got feet in the paint, that means you're too close, right?
Right.
So they need to have feet out the paint while Joker has the ball on the other post, opposite post. So he can, do what he needs to do. Because it doesn't matter what Rui does. He's going to get Rui and he's going to get fouls on Rui, right? So it's the Joker's going to do that. It's just the fact that Gordon was too close to Joker last game.
Right.
With him being so close, it gave Anthony Davis the opportunity at his size to get back into play. So you're going to just have to spread it out even further.
Right.
And
Right.
let him, switch, do a double switch at some point, and make sure he's on what you call him. And LeBron is going to have to, and he's older legs, whatever they say. We're gonna make you.
He's out there.
Down that.
Yeah.
Chase down that double team now. From the
Right.
top.
And they were, Bruce Brown came out and said their whole game plan was to attack D'Lo.
Yeah.
And right, so because you have to find the weak link on defense. So and the same thing I said about Miami is the same thing with Denver. Everybody out there who plays for Denver can make a play, man. They can make a play, whether it's a pass, whether it's a shot, whether it's a drive. You know what I'm saying? Like Bruce Brown was a great pickup for them. Like he's playing great. He's undersized. He doesn't even have I don't even know what he is. I mean, he's not a shooting guard. He's not a small forward.
Like
He's not
Patty Mills.
Yeah, but he plays everywhere, and he contributes everywhere. He contributes on the boards, assists.
Like Hart.
He'll make. Yeah, he just plays with a lot of passion, man. So
Ryan, let me ask you this. How does Denver? What do they do tonight to kind of fix this? Letting up 75 points in the second half from game one that they had on Wednesday night. How do they fix that?
Stop turning over the ball. But go ahead.
That's it. That's a good point too.
I think the Lakers just ran out of gas at the end. That's why
Well, but that's what. But they both did. But that's what happens, Kev. When a team builds a big lead like that, for you to have to come all the way back and catch them, that's why teams who always have a big lead, the team will come back, but they can't get over the hump because they're spent. And not only that, they're and where are they playing? They're playing in Denver. Exactly. So they both ran out of gas. So my thing is the Lakers got to tell themselves, look, like if the Lakers keep the game close, like I like the Lakers' chances. You know what I'm saying? They have to get the game close and pull it out the end, especially in Denver, because they're running you, man. They are running you. Like there was a couple of plays like Jokic was beating Anthony Davis down the court. And yeah, so to answer your question, Kev, what does Denver have to do to stop them, from exploding like that? One, I think it's human nature. When you're up by that much, there's gonna be some sort of letdown. You know what I'm saying? When you're up by whatever they were up by 20 or whatever, but and the turnovers like he said. That's going to be important, and just playing your game. Joker was balling. Joker didn't have a good second half.
No.
He didn't have a. I mean, he was like all world. He almost had a triple double in the first quarter.
In the first quarter, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So the Lakers made a good adjustment on the Joker. He could have got tired too. So I think Denver's got to pick their spots a little bit when to run. You can't run all the time. You know what I'm saying? Especially even though you play in Denver and you're used to it, it still is going to take an effect on you. So
Yes.
and yeah. And I'm very impressed with I thought the whole glass slipper was gonna end for this Austin Reeves cat, man. But he's just he's there, bro.
But Ron, they gotta at least put a hand in his face, man. You can't leave him wide open, man. I mean, he was wide open on two of those shots that he hit in the fourth.
That brought him back.
And I'm like, bro, somebody want to get on him? I mean, they was leaving him and then coming back too late to pick up the defensive assignment, and then he's wide open, and he's hitting. So like, I gotta stay with your guy, stay with him,
right?
Until,
right. But when you have LeBron and AD on offense, you sort of got to pick your poison because you can't really let AD and LeBron play one-on-one in a sense. You got to collapse. LeBron's driving and getting to the basket. AD is good in the mid-range game, so it's a collapsing type of defense. And
I'm suspecting that they're not going to let one of these guys beat them like they did. What's the name? Hachimura?
Yeah, really. Yeah, he's having a hell of a playoffs.
He's
balling.
But you cannot let him have and get off and have 15, 16, 17 points. No,
he is.
Yeah.
He is. There's nothing you can do to stop that. He can play like 15, 16. Because I don't think they have anybody on that team to stop at 15, 16. He just can't have 20, 25. You give him that. So.
Nah, I don't want to give him that.
It's hard to stop that.
But let me.
I don't think he's all world. He's okay.
No.
I think
he's 15 points good. Like
maybe that, but sometimes he don't get them 15. That's what I'm saying. You don't
play. That's I think his points, at least in the playoffs, have always been correlated straight to his minutes. When he plays over X amount of minutes, he has over X amount of points because he doesn't take bad shots. He don't take a lot. He don't miss a lot of shots.
Yeah, he plays.
When he takes, he misses. When he takes, he makes.
Right. So, he plays within himself. He plays within himself.
Like he got that little mid range. He ain't there trying to shoot threes and dunk on cats. He's getting put bats, and he ain't doing nothing outside his game.
Right.
Same shit he was doing at damn Gonzaga.
Yeah, but Denver will live with him beating them than having So it's when you get this far, guys, it's all about picking your poison and at this point they're not gonna let LeBron beat them. They don't want Anthony Davis to beat them. So you got to pick your poison, man. So it should be interesting. I got to give you credit with the Denver and Phoenix series. I knew they would Phoenix would win the 2 games at home, but Denver was just too much for him, man. So kudos to you for picking Denver.
Well, thank you, sir. And
yes, sir.
I still think if Denver has a nuclear bomb on that team.
Yeah.
And he's Jamaican and he's from Canada.
Yeah, man, Murray.
Get right. It's
yeah, man. I'm big done that.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, nah.
Right, we gotta run it here. What we got for the WNBA before we go to baseball?
All right, before we go to baseball, guys, just want to let y'all know WNBA season starts tomorrow. It's 4 games on ESPN. All right. Brittany Griner makes her return. Okay, that's a big deal. Happy. Yeah, Brittany Griner makes a return against the Sparks. Candace Parker is now with the world champion Aces, and your New York Liberty has Brianna Stewart, Jonquel Jones, Vandersloot, Inescu. You guys have a squad. Get behind those girls. Support those women.
Is what? A Van Damme movie? What
the
hell? Hey, get behind y'all squad, man, and rep. They'll probably bring a championship to y'all. All right, but that's it, man. But WNBA starts tomorrow, guys. Support the women.
He's Ryan Souza. He's our NBA contributor and also WNBA contributor, man. Ryan, I don't have any applause for you, man, but we're clapping for you.
It's all good.
Thank my man,
doubt.
Ryan. Always. Whenever I
Got
ask
you,
him
bro.
to come through, he comes through and he brings the heat when it's concerning the NBA and the WNBA. Appreciate you, my brother. Let me run here to the major leagues. The power rankings according to CBS. CBS also powers our stats on our website. Yes, we have a website, sportschaserspodcast.net. Hey, real quick, hey, newsletter comes out every week. D-Dub has written the last 4 or 5, I believe. Hey, if you want to get the newsletter, you got to go to our webpage, sportschaserspodcast.net, scroll all the way to the bottom. Hey, put your name, put your email in there, and boom, you'll get every week. One of us is writing a journalistic piece on sports. Anything that it has to do with sports, they give it to you, their opinion on what they got when it comes to the world of sports, man. So enough of that plug. Let me go to the Major League power rankings according to CBS. The Rays, they remain up top as of yesterday. They're 32-13. They got beat. They got beat yesterday by Pete Alonso home run, man. The Mets been playing crappy, but hey, the Rays stay up top. They're 32-13. The Dodgers, 28-16. They're number 2. The Orioles, the Baltimore Orioles. If you're an Orioles fan, you got to be happy what's going on down in Baltimore. They're 28-16. They're number 3 according to the power rankings of CBS. The Texas Rangers, quietly, they're 26-17, and not because of the Mets ex-starter there.
No.
The Blue Jays are 25-18, and boy, them and my Yankees, they got really, really something going on, man. You talking about gamesmanship? If you have watched the Yankees and Blue Jays over the last couple of nights, like I have, turning back and forth between the playoffs and stuff like that, a lot of gamesmanship going on.
You're not cheating, you ain't trying.
D, real quick. D,
Oh, y'all ain't say that when Houston was cheating.
Got him. I knew that was coming.
Yes, I did.
DA, what you got? Real quick. 3 seconds on.
Hey, man. Signals from first base, man. It is what it is.
Hey, what
either you know or you don't know. You know what I'm supposed to do for you here? You know, you can throw 5 straight sliders, stupid. Don't do it.
Hey, really, on the tacky stuff though. Why is what's his name? The pitcher the other night for our Yankees. The last series when in New York, they warned him. They warned him, hey, don't do this no more. Man, and sure enough, he was,
If you've been using it for 30 years, what the hell? This is what you do, man.
He looked like he had Murray's wave grease on his I mean, that thing was thick, boy. That Murray's wave grease.
You got blue magic up there. Blue magic, B.
Man.
You got the blue hair grease?
Jeez, yeah.
He said, man, look, man, I use this for my own hair. I'm sorry.
And real quick, Dan, because you had something to say about the Yankees. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, no, because I texted you. I sent you the video. I said, "What the fuck is this?" Like, because they were chirping the umpire. That's why he looked in there. Like, I've watched a lot of baseball, especially this last couple, week or two.
We know
with the family and stuff. And I didn't see a single player on either team in probably 10 games ever look at the dugout.
Yeah.
And he just got him over there going, like he's an owl on a tree. He's like, whoo.
And he looked back out and he said, whoo.
He said, gone.
And the funny thing though is the pitcher came out like yesterday or something and said, yeah, I may have been tipping my pitches.
Duh.
No.
So but the whole thing,
in a row.
Why do they make the poor grounds crew go out there and chalk out a square or almost rectangle for the coach to stand in?
They never stand in it.
And he's sitting over in the stands having popcorn with the crowd. looking at the the other opposing dugout to see what's going on. And then what I sent you that.
I love that.
Then I saw the dude the next night get thrown out for the sticky shit. Like you could see it on his.
Oh man!
Like, grease.
It's like he went over to the on deck circle and picked up the pine tar and just went. We're good. We're good.
Crazy.
I mean, it was that was so obvious.
Not
I
cheating,
was
you're
like,
not trying.
damn.
Yeah, so Ryan makes a good point. We talked about the garbage cans back here, and
Mhm.
It's got to do with the American League.
Yeah.
It's
Hey, but they squashed all that by by winning the World Series last year, fair and square, and sweeping the Yankees.
supposedly.
oh god,
Yes, maybe.
Oh, they still cheating? God.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows?
Hey, Dusty Baker would never.
Oh yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
we're moving on. We're moving on. The Blue Jays
Absolutely.
number 5 in the power rankings according to CBS. The Braves are number 6. They're 27-16. The aforementioned world champion Houston Astros, they're 24-19, up 2 from last week. The Milwaukee Brewers, they're 24-19. They're number 8. The New York Yankees are 25-20. The Boston Red Sox are 24-20. The Minnesota Twins are 24-20. The Arizona Diamondbacks at number 12 to 25-19. The Philadelphia Phillies are currently on a 6-game losing streak. They're at number 13. The Seattle Mariners at number 14. Number 15 at 23-22. The Los Angeles Angels, the Shohei Ohtani. D-Dub wrote a good piece on the Shohei Ohtani. We'll see where
We'll see what happens with him. Yeah.
We'll definitely see.
Yankees got to get him, man. Come on. Go to the
That's
Yankees.
right.
They buy
Yes.
everybody else.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
right.
can you imagine him batting
Right.
left-handed in Yankee Stadium? My God.
Hitting third.
Right in front of the judge.
Yep.
Yep, hitting third. So let me
Just get rid of Stanton.
Oh yeah, I've been off of that. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with that.
Contract big. Contract big.
Yeah, contact is huge. The Padres, number 16, they're 20-24. Dan's Pirates, they're number 17. They fell a little bit down back to earth. They're 23-20. Their pitcher, Mitch Keller, now has a 2.38 ERA and 69 strikeouts against 14 walks and 56 2/3. One of the best in the National League. The aforementioned New York Mets, who should be better than what they are, they're 22-23. They're currently 18 in the power rankings according to CBS. The Cleveland Guardians are 20-23, number 19. The Miami Marlins, 23-21. And they round out the top 20 in the CBS power rankings. And of course, we like to mention the last place team, and the last place team is the Oakland Athletics. They look like they are going to break the record with the most losses. They are on the
got the A's at him.
They're on the pace to win 35 and lose 127, which is
already.
Yeah, they're on pace. Yeah, they only won 10 games, man. And
Jesus,
I mean, we talked about this the other week of how these owners, I think they did this on purpose so they can move the team to
I know they want to move. I mean, my God. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Anyway.
So like they already did move.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're right about that.
So
they checked out.
It's checked out.
We're already on vacation. You just don't
checked
know.
out.
But here's the thing: they're going to be there for the next couple of years because I mean, they signed a land deal in Las Vegas for land, but ain't no stadium built. Where would they play? I mean,
already on vacation, Kev. Don't spoil it for us.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Already on vacation. Don't spoil it. Thank you.
Yeah, 2,500 people, attending a sporting venue that seats like close to 60,000. That's got to be almost like how what the Arizona Coyotes are playing in.
10-35. My God.
Well, in that regards, they can always play like UNLV.
Yes.
If they move early, the college baseball stadium. I mean, if they're letting the NHL do it, why not?
Save you some money.
The only thing I'm thinking, because maybe it's major leagues, they want to play in a little comfort. You ever been to Vegas? It's hot in the summer. Not hot like South Florida hot with humidity, but it gets hot, 100 degrees and stuff like that. So they may be wanting to wait. I don't know, but I don't see how this is going to be sustainable.
I'm not sure how the hell they're paying for it. So.
Oh, well,
Everybody else's dollars. There you go. Sorry.
well, yeah. If you go to Las Vegas, I read this the other day about the Raiders. If you go to Vegas and you stay in one of those very nice hotels, when you stay on the Strip, your $1.50, every $1.50 that a person spends, it goes to the Raiders for the awesome Allegiant Stadium out there in Las Vegas, which I believe, if somebody correct me if I'm wrong, they are hosting the Super Bowl this year. Am I correct? I
Oh, of
think.
course. Why not?
Yeah. So yeah,
New stadium equals Super Bowl.
new stadium. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to New York, the state of New York. Y'all is the Bills gonna host it? I doubt it because they didn't put a roof on it.
No.
I don't.
No.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Dumb.
Well, I don't live in
Dumb,
the state of New York anymore, so
dumb.
yeah.
Dumb.
That much
Dumb,
that
dumb,
much
dumb,
money,
dumb,
you,
dumb.
you're going to use it for football.
Dumb
the rest of the
team.
year.
Dumb, 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 dumb. Dumb,
DA
dumb team.
DA with his inner Run DMC.
Yeah, sorry.
Definitely.
Oh man. So yeah, that rounds out baseball. Real quick, let me go to the PGA Tour. DA's favorite golfer, E. Cole. He's leading out the PGA Tour in Oak Hill, East Coast out in for the PGA Championship. E. Cole is the leader. Bryson DeChambeau, he is tied for second. Johnson is tied for second. Scheffler and a Connors from Canada. So the PGA Championship is taking place all week, all the way through Sunday. The purse is $15 million for that purse for the PGA.
15 mil? Okay.
15 million. Yeah, man. Go get your clubs, bro. Can you do it? Golf is hard, man. Listen, I
Golf is
play
hard,
that
bro.
thing. Golf is very humbling. Golf is very hard. I used to think that thing was easier. I became an adult and I started playing, and it was
got off that Tiger Woods, huh?
yeah, Tiger. Ooh, man.
Yeah, Tiger Woods. You thought you could play it on that Madden? PlayStation. I'm good
I'm
with the golf
good.
game.
I go out there.
I know what the par 4 means. If you 4 times to get the ball in the hole. Fuck out of here with that stupid shit.
Then found out.
Yeah, you found out, huh? You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today.
After round and found out.
Oh man, you guys. This was a very, very good show, man. We're about to get out of here. Our guests could not make it tonight, man. So we're going to schedule another time for our guests to make it, so we can talk motorsports and NASCAR and Formula One, man. But hey, we had a good time tonight. Yo, hockey, basketball. It was live. It was good, man. Let me before I do the plugs, man. Let me just do my little parting shots before we get out of here. D-Dub, your parting shots for the night, my brother. What you got for us, sir?
Yo, I'm glad to be back. Good to see everybody. Sports Chasers Podcast. We do it every Thursday. Hey, before I get out of here, fight night to Saturday night, May 20th. We got Devin Haney and Lomachenko, so that should be a good one. If you're interested,
D-Dub's our boxing correspondent.
If you're interested, it should be good. I know I let you down on that Tank, but Tank is Tank. I thought that was
Tank wasn't bad.
No, I thought it should have been. I thought it wasn't him per se. I thought Garcia should have been.
Yes,
I thought he's
a little bit
better than what they claimed he was, and he didn't show me nothing really like that. But not Tank's fault. I'm not saying it's his fault. But I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a better fight than it was. This fight should be good. Lomachenko's a little bit older, 35-year-old, which is not really old, but he's going against a 20-something year old. I forget how old Devin is, but he's younger than Lomachenko, so should be a good one. But other than that, good show. Glad to be here.
Thank you, D-Dub. We appreciate that. Dan, the hockey dude, what you got for his parting shots, man? DA, Butter going in on you in the comments on here. You may want to tighten them up after you get off the show, man.
He gonna grab the belt. Get the strap.
Get the strap. He's a little too old for the strap, though.
He's too old for the strap. I know, man. Still pops.
Go ahead, yeah. Still pops. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Dan. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just catching up with again. First period here. Canes are up 1-0. They scored on a 5-on-3. Paul Maurice about lost his mind on the second call. So entertaining game so far. I'm gonna be checking out the rest of that. But great show. Thank you, Ryan. NBA talk was
Absolutely.
great.
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome.
D'Angelo Russell should be thrown out the game for this one, though. But they're not going to do it. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah,
Hey, UEFA. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, I was just gonna shout out to Eric and Mikey. Miss you guys. We'll see you hopefully next week.
Yeah.
Everybody take care.
Gotcha.
Uh,
DA, what you got, bro? What you got for us, man?
UEFA's Champions League this week. Man City beat Real Madrid. I think last week they were actually tied. They tied in the game, and this week it was actually a win. So this is the Champions League, which means these are all the champions from all over Europe. They play. And then you have what's just called the Champions League, which is the second level teams in Europe. Then they play in their tournament. So, which, like I said, is something that other sports could do because everybody gets in, but you are just at the level that you're supposed to be in, as opposed to folks thinking that you are the champion of all champions. You're just the champion at that level rather than the champion. So, but yeah. So those things are roaring on. The Champions League, both respectively, UEFA and just the Champions League of Europe. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm done. Everybody have a good week, man. Had a good time, Ryan. We'll see what happens, man. WNBA. I won't be watching.
Hey, man. Come on, man.
I meant will be. I meant will be.
That's DA, man. Ryan, what you got for his party shots, my brother? What you got?
Hey, again, guys, thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure coming on with you guys, talking sports. I love the energy, man. Love the camaraderie. Love the trash talk and everything that sports is about. Congratulations to the San Antonio Spurs for winning the Wembenyama Suite. Winning the Wembenyama Suite space. We didn't want them anyway, so it's all good that we lost it. I ain't really want them. I ain't want them anyway. Nah, but congratulations to the Spurs. Yeah, man, and WNBA starts tomorrow, man. So thank you guys. Appreciate you.
Don't sleep on Scoop, boy. He's serious.
Hey,
Well,
I hope you trade up and try to get him.
Yeah. We got that. Thank you, Ryan. As usual, as I call Ryan, I text Ryan, say, Ryan, you available? You come on, Ryan. Ryan, 99%.
We appreciate it.
He
always. No worries. I got y'all. It's all good.
Appreciate you, brother, man. Hey,
thank you.
Shots. Hey, make sure you like, click, and subscribe to our channel. Also, we got a newsletter. Also, go to Apple, go to Spotify, give us that 5-star review so we can jack up the algorithm so we can get more and more and more of us to watch this thing, man. Like you said, we talk sports and we talk it 24/7. As you can see, we were trying to get out our talk a little bit motorsports guy, but it didn't work out today, but we're going to reschedule it. So we're doing that, man. So like you said, if you want authentic sports talk, like Ryan said, with the trash talking and things of that nature, you see the banter going back and forth. Hey, man, this is where it's at, bro. This is where it's at. We're trying to grow this thing. We've been at this thing for 5 years. I remember from the very beginning. Yeah, 5 years, man. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing this and we've watched the show grow and grow and grow and grow. We've gotten additions. We got contributors now, man. People who come through, they know their stuff, man. And we got a background that we're gonna fix DA's here in a little bit, man. We're gonna fix it. But man, I really enjoy doing this thing, man. And this is absolutely my thing to do every Thursday. My goal is to do it every day. That's the thing.
Good job.
Yes, to do this every day and nothing but this every day. So that's where I'm at, man. And I love each and every one that has absolutely tuned in, that liked and clicked and subscribed to our channel. Thank you very much. A very, very, very special shout out right now to my man, Butter Albert. He was talking about his dad in the comments, man. But hey, he's getting married this weekend, man. Hey, salute to you and your new bride, my brother, man.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations again to you, man. And thank you for loaning us your dad, man. Your dad is he's a funny dude. I've known him a very, very long time. And he's a very modest guy, man, but he's funny. I told him.
I told punk ass come get on the show. He won't come get on the show.
Well, he's getting married, D. Chill out, dog. Chill out.
His brother getting married, man. The best day of his life, bro.
Not this middle finger.
You gotta be the punk ass.
I gotta blur out the middle finger.
We love DA.
before this show goes left, because it absolutely does sometimes. Hey, we miss Mikey. We miss
The angry one.
everyone, man. We miss you guys, man. But yo,
Shout outs to the Denver Nuggets. Hope we get it done.
yeah, D-Dub, real quick. What you said they're crying about?
Oh no. Russell came through with the hard foul. Yo, this Hachimura, man, they gotta stop this guy, man. For real. Yeah, this guy just DA might be right on that one. You got that.
You could play, man.
Yeah, he already got 6 points already. He's 3 for 3.
Washington should have kept him because he can ball. Like he can play.
They're the Wizards for a reason, so
They're paid superior acts. That's what they should be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I really think your man gotta get out of there, man. Like Bradley Beal could have won a chip had he bounced.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man.
For sure. He needs to go somewhere.
He is like, if shooters, and we'll talk about this on I guess a basketball show. Like I think it's Steph, Clay, Buddy Hield, and then him. Like those are the best shooters.
You know, that's what happened. Loyal to a fault, man. Sometimes you just got to get out of there.
They all giving him a bag of bags in Washington.
I mean, that's cool.
Oh,
but,
I don't mean you love him. You know, you get in the bag though, for sure.
Or sometimes players don't want that pressure.
Yeah,
going to a good team. They like where they're at, where there ain't no pressure on me. I can just make my money. I can make my all-star teams. Hey,
that's why I said shout out to
didn't
Brunson.
have to be number one because the teams they were talking about, he'd still been a number two. But just maybe he ain't think the team was good enough for him to be a number two. We'll talk about that.
So, I know the Heat wanted him at one point.
I know Philly wanted him. So
but like I said, shout out to Brunson because this guy actually he wanted to be here, came here, and
that's big time. I'm so impressed by him, big time, bro.
Listen, that is the biggest goof of the fucking Dallas Mavericks /10, 15, 20.
So stupid, man.
That's a fact.
And they're crazy. Gonna have to deal with that because what happened and people, it'll come out. And I don't want to throw my people under the bus, man. But dudes said it's hard to play with Luka. That's why Porzingis is not there. It's hard to play with the dude.
That's why we got.
It's hard to play with most guys who holds onto the ball and control and just dominate the ball
on the shot clock.
Throw it to you,
and then you get it, and then you got it. With 0.2 seconds on the clock,
messing up your field goal percentage.
Exactly. So it's hard,
and your incentives.
Right.
Yeah. So it's hard, bro.
Man, it's But listen, we got to go.
No, we got to go. Yeah.
Hey, behalf of myself, I'm Kevin O'Warren, your host and moderator of the Sports Chasers podcast. On behalf of the DA, D-Dub, Dan, our hockey dude, Ryan Souza, our NBA contributor in their absence, Mike Milley, and the angry one. Hey, this is the Sports Chasers podcast. Y'all have a great weekend. Be blessed. Be good. Hey, we'll see you next week. Peace.
See that ambient didn't get
better.